Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to share my screen. And I lost all of your beautiful faces. Hold on. All right, so welcome. This webinar is going to be about the Idaho South and East Ecosystem, IC-STEM. So hopefully you are where you thought you were going to be. As many of you know, IC-STEM is a part of the Idaho ecosystem. We have 3 hubs in the state. Our hub is that red hub kind of in the bottom there. We also have the Southwest hub, which is in the yellow, and the North and North Central hub, which is in the green. And if you missed it, they did a fabulous webinar last month about their hub, so you should definitely check that out if you didn't get to see that. Here are the 3 hub coordinators. We have Dan over in Southwest Idaho, Susan in North and North Central Idaho, and then there is myself. We get to be the fabulous leaders, facilitators, and guiders for our group. I know I can speak for my group when I say I really am just a facilitator. They do the awesome work. They are the fantastic powerhouses for my group. I keep them guided in the right direction. As I go, if you have any questions, please feel free to throw those into chat. John McFarland is helping me out and monitoring chat for us, and he will jump in and get your questions over to me, or he'll hang on to them later. We will be having a panel discussion with members of IC-STEM, and so he will make sure that those get asked where they need to be asked. So IC-STEM has some goals that we've developed. First and foremost, we want to uphold and promote the statewide goals of the ecosystem. If you have not heard yet, October's webinar will be all about the strategic planning that the ecosystem just went through. You should definitely register for that, hop onto that. IC-STEM will, of course, be working to promote and uphold that, as well as connecting and building networks for all Idahoans, particularly in our hub in our area, as well as creating vibrant communication channels so that we kind of have a better idea of what's going on in our area and we're more efficient with what we're doing. We're not duplicating efforts. My fabulous team is all about making sure we don't reinvent the wheel. If it's already out there, we want to promote and uplift what's already happening. We have 4 working groups that have been around for quite a while, and they do amazing work. Our first one is the Opportunity for Access group. Their goal is to survey available opportunities and improve equitable accessibility. Right now, they're working really hard on a STEM Night toolkit that will then be replicated and used across the entire state. They're getting really close to getting that finished up. I'm really excited to see that final product come out. We also have an awareness committee that works to raise awareness of STEM careers, educational pathways, STEM resources, learning opportunities, and the ecosystem and IC-STEM itself. Currently, they're working on some marketing materials for the ecosystem and for IC-STEM, as well as keeping us abreast of events happening in our area and trying to make sure we have a presence at those events. Things that they have already completed, we have a Facebook page. So if you haven't checked that out, you definitely should. There'll be a link to it at the end of this presentation, or if John or Teresa or somebody has that handy, they'll throw it in chat too. But if not, it'll come up at the end. We also have a calendar linked to our webpage, and we have some fabulous IC-STEM polos that are just now getting handed out to the membership so that when we're at events, people know who we are and where we're coming from. We also have a resource assessment group. Their goal is to determine partners' capabilities, identify current offerings, and foster productive partnerships across our hub. They're currently working on a directory with the United Way of Southeastern Idaho. This directory will be filled with industry partners in our area who want to partner with teachers to be mentors, to host field trips, to do presentations in classrooms. That just came out. So if you're an industry partner or you know some industry partners, please have them jump on there and fill that out. And then we will be able to disseminate that to educators to have really easy access to some of those opportunities. Also ongoing, they are working on recruitment, building membership within IC-STEM, and building relationships with, right now we're really focused on industry partners. We're trying to build that connection. As you'll see later, we have a lot of elementary, middle, high school, and higher ed partners within IC-STEM, but really trying to get that next step and that next piece so that we can all work together. And then finally, I have a steering committee. They make all of the decisions. They help set goals. They're working on creating a governance structure. They are in charge of funding efforts and approving funding, and they help regulate expenditures. So right here, speaking of expenditures, I have a video of some of the hub sponsorships that we were able to give out last year. We were able to partner with several organizations and fund a lot of fabulous programs and projects. I can't currently see your faces, so if you cannot hear this video, please throw that into chat. I do have chat over and I can kind of see that. But I'm going to start this and hopefully everybody can hear it.
Hi everyone, this is Heather Smith from White Pine STEM Academy. I just wanted to send a huge shout out and thank you to the Idaho STEM Action Center and the IC STEM Hub for helping us with a generous donation that made possible a huge project that we did called Immersion Week. Every single employee and every single student was engaged in this week-long elective experience this past school year. We were able to have labs like the science of fear and the science and engineering of food. Also the study of earth science and ecology, where students got to go out and go hiking, and it was very fun. It was very crazy. It was heavy on project-based learning and heavy on hands-on labs. But as you know, hands-on learning and labs, it costs a lot of money. And so we were able to achieve this because of this generous donation, and we really appreciate it. We feel like our students got something out of this. In fact, we thought they got so much out of it that we're going to attempt to this year. So we're excited to make that happen, and that is made possible by partnering with the Idaho STEM Action Center. So we really appreciate that. And also a huge shout out to Ashley, Region 4, 5, and 6 IC STEM Hub Coordinator. She has supported us in all of our adventures this year, and she has just been a delight to work with. And so thank you, Ashley, and thank you, Idaho STEM Action Center and IC STEM Hub. We appreciate you so much. Thank you.
I'm Natalie McKee, and we are excited to be recipients of the Hub sponsorship. I'm going to take you over to our light room and show you where this new exciting exhibit is going to be. So our light wall is going to be about this size. We're going to have different colored light pegs, and it's going to be a grid-like pattern with lighting come from all sides. And the kids will be able to put these in and make different designs and styles and learn how light travels through color. Right now we are in the prototyping and testing phase. Here we have our first sample being sanded for initial testing. We are working on hinge design and the correct hole size.
Welcome to West Minico, where the warrior spirit never dies. First of all, I'd like to welcome you to West Minico. My name is Ryan Anderson, and I'm the librarian here. And I am extremely excited to be upgrading the library with a makerspace. During the later part of the summer, we got our walls painted and new carpet put in. And since I had everything pulled out, I'm also getting new furniture, which is on the slow boat from China, or who knows where. I was hoping that I could give you a grand tour of the exciting changes that are happening, but unfortunately, it is not here. Some of the things that have changed is that we're now offering a digital journalism class that recently got a green screen, which you can see behind. And it's up and running. They were doing broadcasting of what's happening here at West and posting it on a YouTube channel. We also have our oculars, which you can see right there, that will be used in our social studies and art department. They can use them to take tours of the world and also smart galleries. We've also updated our system for the English department, so the students will have access to Sora on the go, which is a digital library. Our science department is just excited that we're offering them a place to come and do some experiments that is in a new place. Our shop kids will be bringing some items down that they have built, and they will be displayed in the library so the students and staff can see. And our STEM class will be doing these little coding kits, and also we will have drones for them to be flying and making obstacle courses. Our math teacher requested some hands-on math curriculum, so we have gotten some hands-on math projects ordered. I've also incorporated some sensory items for those kids that need sensory to calm down. And we have plans on hosting future clubs in the near future. Once everything is here and set up, here at West, we especially want to give you a huge thank you for helping make our media center an inviting place to bring children to create and grow. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks to the funding from the STEM ecosystem, we have been able to put in a STEM lab in the elementary school. This building is just starting to become more STEM aware and is actively interested in STEM opportunities. You can see here pictures of students working with the kits that we purchased. The kits are targeted towards the younger elementary and fairy tales, but ask the students to create a plan before they go on to test their plan. After that, they're asked to revise. So we're trying to introduce the engineering design process right from the very beginning. Some of the groups were so excited that they requested I take their pictures with their projects, and they were very proud of what they did. I've heard from parents all over the district about how happy they are their children have been involved.
Made a little Red Riding Hood basket to put all the apples in.
So what did you two learn today?
There's no one way to do it. You just peek on the glue and never stop.
So I want to give a huge shout out to all of the partners that sent in some videos for Hub sponsorships. Many of them are on here today as participants, I see. So thank you for being here and thank you for sending in your videos. Oh my God. There we go. So we were able to grant 6 Hub sponsorships during the 2022 fiscal year, totaling $30,000. Many of them you got to see highlighted here. So we had White Pine STEM Academy with their immersion days, My World Discovery Museum with their light exhibit, West Minico with their makerspace, Aberdeen with their STEM lab. And then unfortunately, we had a couple who weren't able to send some videos. We have Gooding Public Library, who has some STEM materials going into their library that they're very excited to use. And CSI's P20 conference, we got to help sponsor their snacks, which is everybody's favorite part of the day. So that was really fantastic. And I appreciate my steering committee for being on top of this and wanting to promote STEM all across our hub. Speaking of my committees, we have several wonderful partners that I wanted to highlight across our hub. We have, I don't know if you guys noticed, we have kind of a large hub, and so it's really exciting to see so many partners involved in the work that we're doing, including College of Eastern Idaho, College of Southern Idaho, ISU, and CSI's Mini Cascia Center. We also have White Pine STEM Academy, J.R. Simplot Elementary, Pocatello Community Charter School, Temple View Elementary. We have the zoo in Idaho Falls is really involved. The Shoshone-Bannock tribes of Fort Hall are really involved. We just got on the Boys and Girls Club of the Portneuf Valley. They're brand new, starting here in Pocatello. And of course, INL, Idaho Power, United Way, and the State Department of Education. So I really appreciate every partner that we have in our hub helping promote STEM and creating STEM access in our hub. Speaking of, I have another fabulous video for you of just some examples of some STEM in South and East Idaho. Some of these IC STEM was very involved in. We got to help organize and fund and different pieces. Some of them we were just invited to experience as part of the STEM community in Idaho. And so I really am excited to highlight what they're doing, continue to be involved, and help uplift and build out some of the wonderful programs in this area. So you will get another video. Here we go.
Hi, and welcome to the CSI Mini Cacha Center. I am the director, Amy Christofferson, and when I'm not helping our college students with their pathways, I am doing a lot of STEM and bringing in a lot of different students and families to our center. STEM is a really, really big part of our center here, and I'm telling you, our activities are going to blow you away. So we had
Sorry guys, we're gonna let that video load for a second. It keeps wanting to skip. But as you can see, we've got some videos from each of our partners here, including CSI Mini Cacha Center. So hopefully that gave it enough time. It won't keep skipping on us. Let's try again.
Partnership with Inbreed, and we were able to provide STEM Saturday workshops for high school students and college students. They met for 3 different Saturdays, and they learned about agriculture, water ecology, and chemistry. And it was a really, really cool hands-on series, and we are excited to bring that back this coming year. Every year since 2009, we have had science camp, summer science camp. We change the themes every summer, and we work with local certified teachers to run the class sessions. This past summer, it was on forensics, and so we did a ton of work on DNA and crime scenes and learning about evidence. It was a really, really fun camp. The teachers get a credit from NNU so that they can be earning some recertification and also learning the topics every year. A really big event that we had in the spring was our Family STEM Night, again, sponsored by the Inbreed funds that CSI has access to. We enjoyed 150 different family members with students and their kids, and they learned from all different partners. The STEM Action Center visited. We had Inbreed, of course, the Children's Museum of Magic Valley had stations, and then we had other local partners like Fish and Game. So we're excited to bring that back as well. Every week on Mondays, we host the Spark After School children from Cacha School District, and they learn STEM while they're here. We have so much going on here at the CSI Mini Cacha Center, and the College of Southern Idaho loves STEM. We do a lot, and we are flying high. Thank you.
My name is Stacy Shaw, and I serve on the Rupert Elementary PTO. I'm here to talk to you about the Rupert Elementary Science Night. Science Night is a free family event designed for all ages to experience hands-on science stations set up by local experts in science, technology, engineering, and math. From the conception of Science Night, the event has been structured to provide interactive learning experiences to community members at no cost to participants, thus allowing access to STEM for all individuals, regardless of financial means. The mission of Science Night is to engage students and families in science in a fun and positive way, and to involve community members in supporting and interacting with students. Interactive STEM stations are set up by local experts, giving community members direct hands-on learning opportunities. Encountering STEM in an entertaining way from the experts themselves sparks an interest in learning that a standard classroom is typically unable to provide on such a large. The Rupert Elementary Science Night has brought science, technology, engineering, and math into the hands of over 600 to 700 individuals each year with the help of local volunteers such as doctors, engineers, scientists, mechanics, arborists, geologists, paleontologists, entomologists, radiologists, statisticians, school resource officers, the fire department, the local library, the Fish and Game, the Bureau of Land Management, and the Boys and Girls Club, to name a few. Planning for paving the way for a successful community event.
Hello everyone, Chris Harper here. I'm just wrapping up my first year as the director of the Teaching and Learning Center at the College of Southern Idaho and as the CSI iSTEM site coordinator. I'd like to share just two things that have happened over this summer to champion STEM education in our region. The first was our annual iSTEM Institute held at CSI, and we had 50 registrations and participants this year across 5 different strands. And those strands were farm to classroom, connecting students with their food, IDX, 3D printing solutions and engineering, making with microbits, and Ready Set drones. I appreciate everyone who was involved in making that happen. This year was a little bit different at our iSTEM Institute because we had a non-traditional STEM career panel with local industry experts. That was a huge hit, and we look forward to continuing that hopefully next summer as well. I'd also like to talk about our annual P20 conference at CSI. That conference exists to provide professional development from pre-K all the way to higher education teachers. We had over 500 attendees this year, which might be a record, and a couple key STEM strands or sessions rather. One was hands-on STEM engagement in the classroom by Ashley Schaffner, and how to use the CSI iSTEM library with Amy Christofferson. And I'm aware of a number of other STEM-related camps that happened at CSI this year, which are all doing fine work. I'd like to thank everyone who champions this education in our region. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Katie Leishman with ISU's College of Technology, and I'm excited to talk a little bit today about some of the exciting STEM outreach we've been a part of recently. Last spring, more than 550 students in kindergarten through 5th grade, along with their families, came to ISU's STEM Up event. This community event is a collaboration between the College of Technology and the Pocatello-Chubbuck School District to provide hands-on STEM engagement. This event is held at the Holt Arena, and students have the opportunity to visit with more than 50 college programs and industry partners while participating in demonstrations and activities. Our annual STEM camp, Ignite Their Future, took place in June. 87 middle and high school age students joined us on campus for the week. Those students were able to choose from 9 camp courses and learn from our faculty in college laboratories. As you can see from the pictures, camps focused on rockets, auto and mechanical engineering technology, nuclear operations, health occupations, electronics, and robotics. June was a busy month for us as we also hosted the iSTEM Summer Institute. This year, 40 educators came together to participate in 4 learning strands and a STEM panel. It was a great week, as you can see from the pictures, and many K-12 educators learned a lot while having fun. Through the summer break, the College of Technology hosted several group tours, activities, and workshops. Some of these groups included the American Indian Services Pre-Engineering Program, TRIO Upward Bound, and the Museum of Natural History's Science Trek. Summertime is a great time to tour our facilities and continue learning through the break. We are currently gearing up for our 8th grade STEMX conference. These pictures were taken from past years, and this year STEMX will be a 2-part event. This month, staff members will be visiting every 8th grade science classroom in the Pocatello-Chubbuck School District to provide information about advanced opportunities and dual credit, along with providing a hands-on STEM activity focusing on team building. Students will then have the opportunity to write an essay about why STEM is important and why they would like to be selected to spend a day with us on campus. Science teachers will select 275 students based on those essays to attend the STEMX conference in October, where students will get to explore 2 educational pathways and careers in addition to hearing inspirational keynote speakers at ISU. Last but not least, I want to plug the iSTEM library. The College of Technology is one of several locations that offers iSTEM library equipment and kits to educators. These items can be requested through the online catalog through Idaho STEM Action Center. And finally, we are very fortunate to have many supporters who help make these activities and events possible. I want to end by acknowledging their generosity. Thank you for watching this video, and please reach out to us if there's any way that we can help support you.
So as you can imagine, this is just a snapshot of all of the wonderful things. Hold on, it's gonna do it again. There we go. Of all of the wonderful things happening in our area from these amazing partners. We have fantastic things going on, and I know many of the partners I reached out to had a hard time keeping their video short and telling about all of the wonderful things that we have going on. I included some pictures from some other events here that were unable to send us videos, but I was able to attend and be a part of, including our Think, Make, Create trailers that are across the region. We have in Victor, Idaho, One Stone is working with students on a lot of fabulous programming. Schoenbannick Junior Senior High had a fabulous STEM night. Bonneville Youth Development Coalition is doing a lot of wonderful STEM work in the area. And it's just partner after partner after partner that I could list that are working hard to promote STEM across our region. Here is where I was mentioning that we have our webpage that has our calendar on it. It also has my email address if you're ever interested in getting a hold of me, getting involved in what we're doing, asking questions, connecting with any of these partners. I'm happy to connect you with any of the partners that were highlighted. And then our Facebook page, which I see Teresa has thrown into chat as well. I try to highlight fabulous things going on in our region, opportunities coming up, and just anything and everything STEM, because STEM truly is everywhere, and it's fun to just get to highlight that. So I'm going to stop sharing now. I can see all of your wonderful faces. And we are going to transition to the next part of what we are doing, which is I have gathered a panel of wonderful partners in IC STEM who are going to introduce themselves, and then I'm going to pose some questions to them, some pre-prepared questions. I didn't want to put anybody on the spot, and let them answer and kind of share their experience. Then at the end, we would love to answer questions from you, from the audience. Any of the panelists are open to, as well as myself, answering any questions you have. So as they talk, if you have a question, please pop that in the chat. But I'm going to start with Sunshine. Will you introduce yourself to everybody?
Yeah, my name is Sunshine Shepard. I am the K-12 STEM Education Coordinator at the Idaho National Laboratory. And it was really exciting to see the pictures of the STEM night and things going on at Shoshone Junior Senior High School, because I'm also a school board member there. And it's really, really fun to see where they're going. So yeah, is there any other questions or just intros?
Just intro for right now. Perfect. And then Angela, will you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Angela Miller, and I am an education and outreach advisor for Idaho Power.
Perfect. And then Van, will you introduce yourself?
I'll be happy to. So I'm Van Davis. I'm the program manager here at the College of Eastern Idaho, and I am in charge of our youth programs, usually from age range like K through 14-ish, so like elementary to middle school.
Perfect. And then Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah Childers. I'm the school principal at Templeview Elementary School, and we are a STEM designated school.
Perfect. So I appreciate all of them being here. I was so excited when they volunteered to be a part of this. This group is really a fantastic core piece of what makes IC STEM so amazing. And so I'm really happy that they get to share with you kind of their vision and their thoughts and opinions. So the first question for any of you that would like to answer it is, what motivated you to get involved with IC STEM? Many of you, I think all of you actually, were a part of it before I was even a part of it. So what motivated you to get involved?
Well, I don't mind going first. So I had a colleague who was a part of this group, who used to work here at the College of Eastern Idaho. And you know, as of now, I'm in charge of the youth programs here. But they were just a part of it because they were doing the high school portions, and they just kept telling me how great this group is, and there's so much support, and there's so many cool ideas and ways to network and connect with other people in the region who are doing something similar. And so I asked if, you know, I could be a part of the group. And I'll be honest, like the first few months, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how I'm supposed to contribute, but everybody's so nice and helpful. And it's really like a brainstorming factory. Like we just come up with so many great ideas that I think this is a great organization.
Perfect. I'm going to do a long pause to see if anybody else had thoughts they wanted to share. Okay. So how has participation in IC STEM supported your STEM outreach? I know I've seen it from several of you, but what do you see as to how participation in this group has supported your STEM outreach?
I'll
first share a little bit.
Oh, go ahead, Sarah.
I'll just share really briefly. As an elementary school principal, I'm in my own world often, and trying to do STEM in Eastern Idaho was a passion of mine. And through this group, I've been able to be connected with so many people who are motivated to do STEM and who would partner with us, and that we could partner with them as well. I met Sunshine when she was doing her work, and John and so many people have just been amazing, not only to grow STEM in our area, but also helps me personally.
Perfect. Angie?
Okay, for me, I was already in the schools and, you know, attending STEM fairs. And I know I found the group one day through Erica at a school in American Falls, and I just didn't know how to reach everyone. Because like most of you, I'm in more than one region. And so for this, I don't even have to go out and find people. They find me now. So they made me kind of famous, which I never anticipated. Love it though.
I love that. Well, I think it goes both ways, Angela. She's more than once gotten people connected into IC STEM, which has been a fabulous reciprocal relationship with a lot of our partners. So what advice would you offer to someone interested in creating meaningful STEM partnerships?
Can I pop back from to the last question? I just wanted to say the same as the others. I feel like when I very first started, it was kind of scary actually. because I felt like I didn't really know much about what STEM was, and coming from my community where I feel like that's definitely changed from maybe 4 years ago. I still see people really scared when they think about STEM and how they can immerse STEM across the programming in different schools. But I remember logging on to my first meeting, and I think either my baby had just been born or was about to be born. But I was like, I know nothing. I know none of these people. I don't even really know what STEM means. And I can just say that definitely being part of this and meeting all of you has changed my life and my views on STEM, and being able to have people that are kind of doing the same projects, but also very supportive of the projects that I have been involved in, and kind of growing from not really knowing anything and being in a nonprofit to now working at INL. It's just been really great to be a part of this group and knowing all of you. So thank you.
Perfect. I'm glad you hopped back in, Sunshine. That was fantastic. Okay, so now we'll move on advice for somebody interested in creating meaningful STEM partnerships.
I'll take this one again for a moment. I say never give up. Keep asking. And if they say no once, just go back and do it again. Come back with another plan, and they're going to say yes.
I just wanted to say, take the advice and thoughts of the community that you're trying to work with and kind of gain that trust. Meet the people who are the key players, because just like in, I mean, all the different regions and different programming, there's certain people that you should be reaching out and working with. And just like Angela said, sometimes it might not even work out, a program or, you know, an idea that a community or a school has, and it might just not be the right time. And eventually it'll come back around. And I see that happening right now with Shoban, the tribe. I feel like there was a lot of like a full force maybe a year and a half ago, and it kind of, you know, fizzled out. And that doesn't mean that that wasn't for the community, because now I see so many key players getting involved, and I can see the momentum kind of starting again, and just being able to see what will come of these projects that we didn't give up on, even though it didn't work out, you know, perfect the first time.
Perfect. Okay, so the last question I have, which means participants, go ahead and throw some questions in chat for our group. But the last one I have is, how has your involvement with IC STEM expanded your understanding of the ecosystem?
Well, I don't mind going first for this one. I know before I got involved with IC STEM, I felt very siloed in, not in a negative way, but just more like the College of Eastern Idaho had these youth programs that have been running for many, many years before I ever joined up. And there was this procedure and a way, and we kind of had our place to get grants, and we kind of had our people that we had, and we were doing just fine, but it also felt like, I feel like we're a part of a larger world, but I just don't know how to get access to that larger world, especially when it came to other schools, especially like other colleges or universities. What are they doing other than seeing like a random flyer that you might see out in the community? What I've liked about being a part of this committee is being able to hear from those other people who are doing camps, who are putting on programs, who are going to schools, and hear about their techniques, their frustrations, their projects, their passions, honestly, and also having someone to also share that with, because being someone in charge of youth programs, there aren't very many people at my college that can say that they do the same. So you're going to have your own set of challenges that are very unique, and you might not have a coworker who understands that with you. And so being a part of this group really is important just for that.
Perfect. So we had a question come through in chat that I'm actually really interested to hear your guys' answers as well. And I'm sure each of you will have a different perspective. I'm going to open it up to, I know I have some other IC STEM membership in here. I've got Carrie from Pocatello Community Charter School. I know Amy Christofferson from CSI Mini Cascia Centers on here. And so if any of you also have thoughts on this, you're welcome to hop off of mute and answer, but I'm not going to put you on the spot since I didn't tell you I was going to make you answer questions. So if you feel like you want to, but what do you see as the next steps for growth of IC STEM and or the ecosystem in general?
Honestly, oh, I'm sorry, Sarah, you go right ahead.
Oh, it's okay, Van. Van speaks so well. I could listen to him all day.
Oh, no.
I think one thing I'm super excited about really quick is just our upcoming spring conference that's in our area. I think that's going to be a great way to showcase that we even have an ecosystem in our area and bring more participants. Go ahead, Van.
Oh, I was just going to say that the subcommittees that we have are doing great things, and they're building towards the growth of IC. Like, all of them have that as a purpose, either to raise awareness or to just raise accessibility. I think those individual projects like the STEM Night project or the marketing projects are all going towards that growth. So I think we're heading there in the right direction.
I love that. And I love that Sarah threw in a plug for that convening. If you're here on this webinar or if you're catching it later in the recording, definitely put that on your calendar. It's March 30th and 31st, I believe. Oh, good. John's on it. March 30th and 31st. It's our statewide ecosystem convening. We had our last one in Lewiston last spring, and it was fabulous and amazing to get to see people in person and connect and network and grow some fantastic ideas and action groups and action items out of that convening. And so I'm really excited for that momentum to keep going and to be able to have it here and loop in all of those fabulous partners that I was telling you about and more to really make this a successful convening. So put it on your calendars. If it's not there, 30th and 31st, come hang out with us. So I have a question for my group that I didn't prepare them for. What has been the thing you've been most proud of that came out of being a part of IC STEM? So it could be something that we worked on as a group or something that came about in your organization, just based on what we've done, but what are you most proud of?
I'm most proud of Ashley. Before I felt like there's a couple of us trying to lead and get it started and going, and then with the STEM Action Center saying, hey, we think we can get some hub coordinators. It was the perfect time that Ashley came on, and to have a hub coordinator is everything, and we would not be where we are today without one. So thanks, Ashley, for taking the ball and running with it. It's just made all the difference.
And thanks to the STEM Action Center team for seeing that need and making it happen, because my position would not exist without that team. So I appreciate them for sure. Yeah, John made a comment that Sarah was one of the key players in getting this group started. So she is definitely appreciated, and I don't know where we would be without her and Chris and the team that's all gotten it going, because it's amazing. They laid fantastic groundwork. Amy is here, Amy Christofferson. She works at the CSI Mini Cascia Center, but she's not feeling well, but she typed something in chat that I just wanted to read out because I think it's really powerful. She said, we are a 1 degree state. It takes one contact, call, or partner to make meaningful connections. We model successful STEM networking. So I just thought that was really powerful. And we see that all the time where it's like, oh yeah, I know that person. Here, let's connect you to them. Let's make this program that you're doing more powerful through this connection. Does anybody else have any questions or anything they wanted to share about IC STEM or the work of the ecosystem in general? Okay, well, that means we're gonna get done early today, guys. I think I had a bit too much coffee and got a little excited, but I will stick around. Oh, Sunshine just shared the next show band STEM night is October 26th. So if you're around, if you're close by, I'm gonna put it on my calendar, Sunshine, for sure. That was an amazing event to attend when I went last year. So if anybody's around, definitely stop by. I appreciate you all coming. I appreciate you being here. Thank you to my panelists for sharing your responses, for being the brave ones to show your faces and hop off the mute. I know sometimes that can be scary. And to all the partners that are in here that sent me videos or shared events with me. I really appreciate it. This webinar would not have come together if it was just an Ashley show. So I appreciate all of you and all of your help.
I just want to pop in and say thanks, Ashley. I'm over here fighting back tears, just the amazing work this group is doing, and wonderful to hear your comments. And I appreciate your leadership in this space. It's really cool to see the progress being made. So thank you for highlighting it and showing it to us today.
Perfect. Well, thank you all for being here, and you are all free to go. I hope you have a fabulous Friday and a great weekend.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.